Hey everybody, I'm Jalen. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be going over my 5 fall essentials, and I wanted to keep affordability in mind because I know not everyone has like a huge budget for like clothes because they have more important things to worry about. I do too. So everything that I'm showing here are items that you can thrift, and just to add a little bit of credibility to that statement, these are all items that I have thrifted myself, so that's how I know that it's possible for you to find them at your thrift store as well. And also, I wanted to say that I will be going over these in order from least heavy to the most heavy. So without further ado, let's get on to the first item, and that is a denim overshirt or jacket, I guess. So I'm wearing it now, and you'll see it in B-roll as well, this exact same outfit. But I like the denim overshirt because it's casual, it keeps you warm. Dinner's a semi-thick kind of fabric, even though it's literally just cotton. But it looks cool too, like cool, like not just like cool, but like cool. You know, you think denim, you think cool guy, at least in my opinion. My only thing to say would be avoid wearing denim pants with a denim overshirt, or else you'll just look like an art teacher or Steve Harvey that one time. But I like denim overshirts because they're just something to check on. But that's all I have to say about denim overshirts. Let's get on to the next one, which is a very similar item, and that would be flannel overshirts. So I honestly overlooked this completely when I was going over this video. I had a little help. Thank you, by the way. You know who you are. And so I like flannel overshirts because it's the same exact reason that I like denim overshirts, except this one has a pattern to it. It's not just a solid color. So it not only adds a little bit of coolness to your look, but it also adds a little bit of interest to your look as well. Adds a little bit of pop, especially if you're wearing something a little bit monochromatic that day. And so that's why I like flannel overshirts. I'm not gonna repeat myself too much. Let's get on to the next one, and that's gonna be a knit sweater. So knit sweater, it's kind of a redundancy because, okay, brief fun fact, all sweaters are knit or crocheted. All sweatshirts are woven. So a knit sweater, you're gonna see a little bit more texture in it, while a sweatshirt, which you know what you have in your closet as a sweatshirt, it's woven. The more you know. But I like sweaters because they're just warm. If you don't want to layer too much, then you can just chuck one of those on and it'll be good for the whole night. Even if it does get a little bit chilly. Also, I just think they look nice. They smarten up a look a lot, and they're really comfortable too, especially when made right. That's really all I have to say about sweaters. Not too much to say about them because I mean they've been around for forever. Let's get on to this next one, and that'll be leather jackets. Leather jackets are the epitome of cool. If denim overshirts were cool, this is the denim overshirt's cool ass uncle. You can't look bad in a leather jacket, really. It's kind of impossible to. I dare you to show me one person who has ever looked bad in a leather jacket, and I'll give you $1. I'll cash app you $1. That's word. I promise you. Um, but I like leather jackets because they not only, warm you up a lot, especially if it's genuine leather, which I would recommend looking for when you're at the thrift store, looking for a genuine leather jacket, so that way you know that you're getting a lifetime worth of jacket, if that makes any sense. It'll last you a lifetime. It'll last you more than a lifetime, actually, if you take care of it. But they not only keep you warm, but they look really good too, whether that be like brown or black or any other color. It's just really hard to make a leather jacket look bad. But before I get to rambling about leather and jackets, let's get on to the last item, and that will be a wool overcoat. So I specified wool overcoat because I think that's gonna be the best value for you. So if you, in my mind at least, so if you were to go to Goodwill, right, all their coats are about $10 each. If you were to find a coat, an overcoat that is made of acrylic or polyester or rayon or some other synthetic fabric, yeah, you're saving a lot of money because even those go for like $50, $60, $70. But if you buy yourself a genuine 100% wool overcoat with whatever lining, it doesn't matter really, then you're saving yourself $100, $200, $300. The first overcoat that I'd ever thrifted or bought in general was a Pierre Cardin overcoat, and I checked, the website because I was like, this guy's a designer, and their overcoats were going for like $250, but I got mine for 10. And so I felt really good knowing that I saved that much money, because it does feel good to save money. It's okay to be cheap sometimes. It's not cheap sometimes. You're just being smart. But that's why I specified wool. That, and it's just a really good material. If they're not using wool most of the time, they're cutting corners other places. So it could have cheap stitching, it could have a horrible cut, etc. So that's why I look for wool. The fabric material is sometimes an indication of quality. So that's just a word to the wise. But I like overcoats a lot because they not only smarten up a look, but they can also be worn casually as well. As you can see, I'm wearing jeans with mine and a t-shirt, and it looks just as good as if I was wearing a shirt, a button-up shirt and a pair of trousers, or like a sweater instead of a shirt. And I just really like how versatile they are. But I never thought of them as versatile. I always thought they were like a fancy man's coat, but this year I'm gonna be really experimenting with like dressing up and dressing down items, and so the overcoat is gonna be something I'm excited to play around with that concept with. But that's all I have to say about my 5 fall essentials. Before I let you go though, I do want to say, with all of these items, they are thrifted, and for the last 2 specifically, the leather jacket and the overcoat, you may or may not definitely have to go to a leather or dry cleaner respectively. I know that when I got my leather jacket, and just when I get anything in general from thrift shops or whatever, I always wash them to make sure they're clean, because I have no idea what coaties they had before. But with leather jackets and overcoats specifically, you're gonna have to take them to the cleaners, unless you know how to do it yourself, of course. And leather jackets, those require a little bit more money to be cleaned, but overall, you're still saving about 50 to like 70% on your purchase if you thrift a leather jacket and then get it cleaned. I know personally, with the dry cleaner that I go to regularly, to get my leather jacket cleaned, it took $60 because they have to outsource that to somewhere in another state. Chicago, Illinois specifically. I live in Indiana. And then with the overcoats and just in general anything that need dry cleaned, that's about $20 right there. But again, you're saving a boatload of money by buying it thrifted and then getting it cleaned professionally, because like I said, they can go for hundreds of dollars, and I just really like that I'm still getting a value, and I'm still getting something that's gonna last me like years, decades, a lifetime, whatever, for pretty much pennies in the long term. Because over 5 years, what is $30? Nothing, pretty much. So I just like knowing that I can find absolute steals and absolute bangers for cheap, get them cleaned professionally for relatively cheap as well, and then I'll be good for years to come. But that's all I have to say. Thank you again for listening to me ramble. I really hope that this video helped you, and I really hope that you have some good thrift finds as well. So let me know if you do have any good thrift finds in the comments below. I'm genuinely interested, because everyone finds their own little treasure when they're at the thrift store. So what's your treasure? Let me know. Other than that, have a good day, and kiss your mom's forehead for me. Thanks.